Welcome to the Real Estate Show on Hills TV, Abuja. I am Klachi Wa, your host for the program. The Real Estate Show is a program that talks about everything that has to do with the real estate sector, be it technologies in real estate, buying and selling of property, interior decorations, construction, anything that has to do in that sector, you just name it and we talk about it on the show. Today we will be talking about the impact of technology in the real estate sector. We all know that technological advancement is one thing that has really improved the real estate sector over the years. And right after this break, we will be discussing more on the impact of technology in the real estate sector. Stay with us. Welcome back from that break. With me in the studio today is Engineer Emmanuel Isene. And of course, we will be talking about, we will be discussing the impact of technology in real estate. Real estate technology is a broad umbrella, that encapsulates many different types of emerging technology. And when we talk about technologies in real estate, what does it entail? What are we talking about? What are the technologies that have been put in place that has helped the real estate sector to grow?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Klachi. Thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to be in the show today.
Yeah.
Now, we are talking about technology in real estate. It's a very broad theme, and it has impacted the real estate industry to a great extent. Now, technology in real estate will start from design.
Yeah.
It has impacted the way architects approach design that has helped them to churn out better designs for their projects. So technology has also enabled them to model these buildings that are going to be built.
Yeah.
It has also helped them to see the various impacts, the various factors that will impact the project when it's brought to life. So that's the first area that technology has impacted the real estate industry. Then the other aspect where technology has impacted the real estate industry is production of materials, better materials, cost-effective materials, durable materials, high-quality materials. So over the years, technology has made industries that produce these materials that are used for building these homes to produce better materials that will be used for that are currently used for building these homes. So that's also one of the areas that technology has also impacted the real estate industry. Now, in terms of actual building of these homes, we can talk about the various technologies and software that are used for project management, better and efficient project management methodologies, reducing the turnaround and delivery time for projects. So that's also an area where technology has also impacted the real estate industry. Then we can also talk about smart homes, home automation. Yeah. That's another broad aspect where technology has also impacted the real estate industry. And it has benefit both for the developers, because when you automate your homes using technology, it improves and increases the value of the home. Then for the end users, which are the people that actually live in those homes, it avails them comfort, security, and a lot that I will later go on to expatiate on the various areas that automation has also improved and impacted the real estate industry. Then we also look at bringing the developers closer to the end users with property management platforms, listing platforms. That if you need a property, you can go to these platforms and look at these properties, how they look, what features they have. And it has also helped bringing the developers or the real estate agents closer to the end user. Then there's also this aspect that has to do with virtual reality, where you can remotely inspect a property, or even if the property is not physically built yet, you can use virtual reality to look at how the property will look like, or how the room, the various spaces in the property will look like. Using virtual reality technology. Yeah. So these are the various ways that technology has impacted real estate. Then also data storage, because if you go around Abuja now, you see a lot of fallow land that are not developed yet. Yes. And there's a lot of estates, a lot of properties coming up, and that's a lot of data. So at a point, even the ages and the likes, they have a lot of information in their systems that they need to go through. And if you want to do that manually, it's going to take a lot. Sometimes you have to go for search and also many other things. So the blockchain technology has also impacted the real estate industry, though it's new in that regard because people are now using the blockchain technology, which is a technology that helps efficiently store data. So people are now using it in real estate to store data, smart contracts, to issue out smart contracts that you don't have to sign a lot of physical paperwork. You can sign your documents, and those documents are cataloged and filed appropriately. So these are some of the areas where technology has impacted the real estate industry. We can go on and begin to say so many ways that the technology advancement have impacted real estate industry, and there's a lot, and it has actually brought comfort. It has brought there's a lot of advantages it has brought with it, both for the developers, the interior architects, the designers, the homeowners. So and we will be in this generation will be grateful for this technological advancement, because it has really made a lot of things easier and a lot of processes faster.
All right, you made mention of smart homes in real estate, smart homes. We know that technology is advancing every day, and most people, are not, moving along with the trend. And the only thing they know about technology in real estate is the smart homes. So, talking about the smart homes now, what does it entail for one to have a smart home? What are the basic things you need to have before you can have a smart home?
Okay, a smart home. Let me start by briefly defining a smart home. A smart home is a home that has smart devices installed in them that are properly configured, and these devices can communicate with one another over a certain kind of network, and these devices can be remotely controlled. Remotely controlled in the sense that you don't have to be in that location to be able to look at the status of these devices and also make them perform some certain kind of operations. Now, when you're talking about home automation or a smart home, it starts from the design. So if a client says he wants his home or a home automated, it starts from the design, looking at, first of all, understanding the pain points of the client. What does that person or he or she wants to achieve? That's the most important thing, because there's no point doing a technology or integrating solutions that won't meet the needs. And human needs are always evolving. So it is important first you try to, if you are the person doing the automation, that's you are the technological expert that is doing the automation, or the automation technician. The first thing is to understand what the client wants. What is he or her pain point? That's very, very important, because in all the processes you are going to go through is going to help you to tailor that solution to meet the needs of the client. Now, there are various aspects of home automation. There are various solutions that has to do with home automation. Now, some clients don't want, or some want everything. Now, it starts from convenience and comfort, which is automating the lighting system, where you can remotely turn on and off your lighting system, or you can schedule them to go on and off at a certain time. For instance, you have you are living in a big mansion. You have balcony lights, security lights, and also a lot of light that needs to come on maybe at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. and go off. You understand? So when your home is automated, those things can be automated, that they can be scheduled to come on and off on their own without any interference. Then the window treatment, which has to do with the blinds, the curtains. There are apartments that are double volume. The curtain is coming all the way from the ceiling, or a double volume apartment where you have it's like a two. When you are talking about double volume, you are talking about an apartment that has like the first and the ground floor and the first floor. The ceiling are together. It's all the way up. Something like that. You have a curtain draping from the ceiling. That's a lot of height to start manually trying to open and close. So when you automate the window as the curtains or the blinds, it helps you to open and close those things without with little or no stress. And you talk about security and safety, which is key now. In fact, with the situation of things in the country, security and safety systems are there. The surveillance system, the access control system, intrusion detection systems, which control access, limits intrusion, or if there's an intrusion, it tells you that someone has intruded, and or surveillance, you can You can remotely survey your property to know what happens, and even within your apartment, where you have maybe a maid or a stranger, and you can know what is happening in some certain areas. They have the home entertainment, which has to do with audio, video distribution, and even the home cinema. So there's a lot that can be done in terms of home automation. And these things, one advantage of the home automation is that, one, as I said before, it increases the value of the property. So if you are a serious real estate developer currently, and you are not thinking home automation or a smart home, then I don't think you are doing yourself a great disservice, because people will go for a home that is automated. Not, even if the off-takers, I mean, people that are buying the property are buying them at maybe advanced carcass level or at carcass level, if they know that there's infrastructure for automation in the property, they are likely going to buy those ones first before they will be thinking of the ones that don't have all those facilities. Then they'll have to start breaking here and there. So it has a lot of advantage, both for the developers and for the homeowners, because there's comfort, there's ease, there's sense of security, maximum satisfaction, and peace of mind when you have these solutions integrated in your home. And there's a lot, even the voice assistant, the Alexa and the Google Home and the likes. Just imagine you walking into your apartment. Even before you are there, things are already happening. You have set the temperature of the AC you have turned on the AC, turned on the TV, you have set your mood light, you have turned on the sound system to a certain playlist you have already created, and your heater the water is already heated for you. Just imagine that kind of a life. You understand? And when you are leaving the house, you don't need to start running up and down, shutting down things. You can schedule in such a way that if your location changes, the non-essential things in the house shuts down. Now, I want to say on that thing, energy management is on that advantage of this because now the energy tariffs is going up. You understand? Now, for instance, your non-essential, I call it non-essential equipment or non-essential appliances don't need to run 24 hours in a day. Now you can schedule them to run for 6 hours and shut down.
Okay, you can also schedule your refrigerator.
Yes, of course you can. You can. Nice. Because actually a freezer, not the freezer and the fridge and the freezer, that's the one that is just a freezer, like a deep freezer. I don't need to run 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, because it's already frozen.
Once it's frozen, maximum 6 hours in a day is enough. And you don't have to do these things manually. You can configure these devices to come on and off at a certain time. And you understand? So we can go on and begin to talk about the advantages.
You mentioned it subsidizes the amount of electricity that one uses. Now, if you are using, I know that this home automation, everything has to do with electricity, because you need a source of power for it to, work.
Of course.
So is it not consuming more electricity? I mean, I'm talking about the curtains and the window blinds, and you understand, it's, on a normal day, you can do it manually, and then you won't have to worry about the amount of electricity it's going to consume. So now, is it not going to consume more energy instead of less? If you decide to automate everything in the house, talking about your sound systems and the curtain blinds and all those things that you can actually do manually.
It actually cuts down the cost of electricity by up to 40%.
Okay.
Yes, a home that is automated. I say that with authority. That a home that is automated and a home that is not automated. A home that is automated will cut down the cost of electricity by 40%. And that's a lot. So, for instance, now people don't forget to turn off their bathroom lights. So people leave their water heater running. Yeah. You understand? And if you are here in the office, maybe you are here at work, and you are not even sure whether you left this on or that on or that on. You understand? And maybe you have not scheduled those ones. You can check from here and turn them off from here. Now, if you are the ones that you have scheduled, they will go off on their own. Now, if you drive around town, you see people's security light, balcony lights are turned on during the day. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of wastage. But if it's a home that is automated, those things are scheduled to go off once it's daylight. They will turn off themselves. You understand? So I can say it with authority that a home that is automated will cut down the cost of electricity by 40%.
All right, okay, let's leave the electricity aspect. When getting on automated homes, the smart homes, is it expensive, to set up? What is the financial capability that one has to have for you can have a smart home?
Okay, I know that that's a lot. That's a common question that
Yes.
common when it comes to with automation. Of course, you can't compare the cost of a home that is automated and the one that is not automated. Of course, the cost implication will increase for a home that is automated. But now with this same technological advancement we are talking about, has also make it possible for you to phase the automation. You can stagger it, and the devices are cheaper because the technology has made they have advanced in research and how to do devices that are more affordable. You understand? So automating a home doesn't have to break your bank account, and that's the truth. And you can phase it. You can start from maybe the living room and the master bedroom, then gradually spread to other areas in the homes. Of course, there's cost implication because if the cost of a smart switch, for instance, let's say a 4-gang smart switch and a 4-gang conventional switch, is not the same. Now the initial costs will be high in terms of there's a difference in the cost. As the initial cost, there's more initially because when you're setting up, you'll be spending money, setting up. But in the long run, it's going to save you more cost in the long run. So of course there is an increase in costs compared to a home that is not automated, but it's not as such that it's not affordable. It is affordable. You don't have to break your bank account. You can phase it. So with that now, prospective clients should not be scared of approaching home automation.
All right, I'm looking at the future now. As these smart homes, just came up, and a lot of people are still, trying to embrace smart home and home automation, technologies. Do you see it, going far? Do you see a lot of Nigerians adopting this home automation in the future?
Yes, I see a lot of Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians are already embracing home automation. It's just that, if we won't compare Abuja and Lagos, Lagos is far ahead of Abuja in terms of home automation. A lot of people are embracing home automation. In fact, most real estate developers currently, as I speak to you, are automating their estates. It wasn't like that in, let's say, 5-10 years ago. It wasn't like that. But as I speak to you now, when real estate developers and are doing they're moving from the planning stage, they are putting this facility in place to ensure that their homes the homes are automated, and that tells you that this is what is in high demand. Because of course, if you're a business person, you know that you'll be doing things that people are demanding for. You understand? So it's in high demand. That's to tell you that a lot of people are embracing it, and we are in Nigeria here. We are just starting. Because in the Western world, they have gone way ahead of us in terms of the automation for homes. We are just starting, and a lot of people are embracing it, and it's a good, and more people are coming out to embrace it because they have seen the numerous advantages of automating a home.
Okay, now we have been talking about the advantages of home automation and technology in real estate, and it won't be fair if if you just put out the advantages. In business you have to look at the risk and what do you call it? You have to look at the risk and you have to look for how you will make profits. You understand? So now, what are the challenges that come together with this home automation?
Okay, everything that has advantage, you always have a disadvantage.
Yes,
and when I talk about there's no point talking about a challenge without providing solutions to them. So when I talk about the disadvantages or the drawbacks, let me not use the word disadvantage, or let me use the word drawbacks or the cons of home automation. I always chip in one or two ways you can actually mitigate the risk, if not reducing it, if not eliminating it completely, but at least we bring it to the barest minimum. You understand? And the first thing is the cost. As I said before, that of course there's no how you would compare the costs, the final cost of doing the same size. Two homes of the same size. One is automated, one is not. Of course, the cost implication is different. But as I said, you can phase it. Of course, the infrastructure has to be there, but you can phase a certain stage, which is the fitting installation. You can phase even the cabling, the second phase, which is the cabling. You can phase that also, which enables you to spread the cost. You understand, within a certain period of time. So the cost thing now, and I said devices are more affordable now, and you can phase it. So that one helps you to get tells you that devices are affordable, and you can also phase it. So those are the ways that you can mitigate the issue of cost, because if you don't have the money to do all at once, you can start gradually. So that's one. Two, some technology can be very complicated to use. You understand? It can be very complicated. And if you have people, clients that are shying away from technology, there's some clients
Let's
that
use the elderly clients.
of course, I know they have a larger majority in that majority, but that's one of the because some people are scared of technology. Let me say embracing new technology. So there are people like that. So and the way to control that is use technology that are easy to user friendly, easy to use. And at handing over stage, you tutor the client on how to use whatever technology you have put in the house. That's how you can mitigate that. You can also, you get. So I always say the disadvantages and give you ways that you can also use to, Then you talk about the data security and privacy. And data security, so people will tell you that, okay, since my home is automated and it's always been online, it poses a risk of hackers having access to my information and all. True. But the way you can mitigate that is to ensure that your devices, the firmware running on those devices that have been installed in the home are up to date. In fact, put all the devices on auto update. Then also educate the client on the importance of securing account information to all the devices. Then for the network, you don't have to just become someone that gives your network information to anybody. Then if possible, create a guest network that segments the home network from maybe people, maybe your friends that you want to give, maybe your Wi-Fi and all. Then ensure that with these three things I just mentioned, at least data security, the risk of somebody of data breach and somebody hacking is reduced to the barest minimum. So you have to educate the clients on this. So they are not careless with their account information. They don't just post things. Some people are careless when it comes to their data, even their data. You understand? Even where this information are stored, maybe you hand over a document to them or you send an email to them. They are careless on those things. So your home network should be segmented from the one you can give to your friends. So you're having a home party, you want to give your Wi-Fi to one or two persons, create a guest network and give them that one. Then the one that is for the home, which the home runs on, is on a segmented network. So with that, you reduce the risk of data breach.
Okay. All right. Now this smart homes, home automation. I know it uses the internet network.
Sure.
So what happens if there is your network provider does not have service? What happens?
Okay, the only drawback you have in that regards is if you want to access the home remotely. That is, if you are maybe you're at work and you want to do one or two things in your home while you're at work. So if there is no let's say there is no subscription or the ISP, that's internet service provider, their network is down. That is when you'll not be able to access your home remotely. Because you need that connection. The home has to be online, and your phone, of course, or whichever device you're using remotely has to be online. You understand? For both of them for you to be able to access. Once you are within the property, you can do a lot of things. Okay. So that one is not without using the internet. So that's not even a major issue that it's just that your home network has to be deployed. You have to be designed and deployed very well. You understand? So the only thing about ISP, internet service providers, is first of all, let me just say one or two things in that regards. For those that are deploying smart homes, for the technicians and the you have to look for an ISP that is good in the location you are deploying that home. It is because it's key. So that the person that is the homeowner, which is the end user, should be able to access the home from outside of the home. So deploying a good internet service provider in that home is key. But that doesn't mean that the home will function without that internet service. You understand? It's just that when it's down one or two occasions, of course, there's no system that is 100%. You understand? At least we can say, okay, from 95 to 99%, at least that's a good threshold. But that 1%, that period that you have that 1%, you can control your home. But at that point, it will not be remotely because you don't have that connection to the internet.
Thank you very much, Engineer Emmanuel, for being here in the studio this day.
Thank you for having me.
I've really had a swell time today with you, and I hope our viewers are able to learn a lot about technology in the real estate sector and also smart homes and home automation. Thank you very much once again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And this is where I will be calling it a close on the program today. See you again on another episode. I am Klachi Hua. Bye for now.